Welcome back to the EDgun Leshiy channel. To the delight of many of you in the comments, today we're focusing on the chipmunks. But I'm sure a few tree rats are probably going to get in the way of our little backyard operation here, so we'll need to deal with them too. While the squirrels concentrate on the high ground with their destructive habits, the chipmunks, well, they take aim at my patio. They burrow below it and they mess things up. All the bricks sink. It's a nightmare. There could be hundreds of these things all denned up below. And today, we're going to thin the herd. Chipmunks are pretty skittish, and they stick to their little hidden paths. So to keep them in a safe spot to snipe long enough, peanuts, man, these things are a must. And with the table for one all loaded up, nothing else to do but wait. Sometimes I'll sit out here and do some work in the sniper side while I'm waiting on them, but I typically let the security cameras do their work and just notify me when we got some action. And it's not long before things pick up, and I grab the old 9mm EDgun Leshiy 2. Yeah, I said that right. For some, let's say, humane dispatching. Now, just as I sat down, this squirrel spooked that little chipper. So, first up will be this tree rat, as he gets a little too comfy sitting brown-eyed down at the table for one. Man, this 9mm looks like a bowling ball rolling down on these tree rats. The energy dumps as these things hit them. Oof. Just crazy. Look at that. What in the world is this thing going to do to a chipmunk? Well, something tells me I'm going to be editing quite a bit on this video. But let me assure you, it's not about glorification of sending these little bastards to the moon in slow-mo. We're going to do that, but we're going to do it through the lens of education as we employ the explosive forces you're about to witness to answer the burning question being asked in many science classrooms and pest control laboratories across the nation. Is the power of a 9mm EDgun Leshiy 2 too much for chipmunks? Oof. Well, you know what? That seemed effective, but like all good experiments, the data is only good as your sample size. So I think we leave any initial thoughts and hypothesis like that last chipmunk did, stuck to the tree, and we check out a few more. Jeez. One of the really interesting things to me about the 77 grain JSB Hades is there's not a lot of over penetration. You didn't see the tree bark just go crazy there. Let's watch it one. Yeah. Man, that's almost all of that 115 foot-pounds into that little tiny chipmunk. I think you might need a physical therapist after that one. Top to bottom, that 9mm left pretty much no cell on that dude's body untouched. Alright, so that one left a little bubble gum behind there as a reminder that a 77 grain 9mm pellet is, we'll say it's certainly effective at this point. As I've shown you guys over the last couple of videos, I've got a few extra GoPros now, and I've been able to get some different camera angles for us downrange to really help illustrate just how humane this is from a pest control perspective. I mean, watch this. Oof. But check out this angle. How sick was that? You could actually see the pellet coming from a totally different perspective and drill our little porch pirate here. I think these next few shots are going to seal the deal on our little experiment, but I don't want to spoil the soup, as they say. So let me know what you think. Is 9mm too much for these patio pirates, or just right? Yep, that's just right. For me, the amount of damage these guys do to my yard, it's critical to make sure that they are like dead. And there's no better way to humanely do that than by removing its head with a 9mm pellet. I recently got a second 9mm Leshiy too. This one is the short 250mm barrel. This thing is still putting out almost 90 foot-pounds, so it is no joke. I have it set up for night with the ATN X-Sight 5, the brand new one, and my favorite IR from Sniper Hog Lights. This scope is badass so far in my initial testing, where I noticed some major upgrades in image quality and reduction in weight and overall size compared to the previous generation. So I'll drop a link in the description if you want to check it out now, but just know I'll be showcasing this thing a ton with some upcoming 9mm bully action, and I'm going to erase a few rats with a 9mm as well. One thing about the 9mm is you could pretty much hit it anywhere and it's gonzo. This one was a little bit low because I was using a heavier paint that I use for nighttime tracers. But look, it didn't matter. Absolute destruction. One positive thing, though, I was able to reclaim some peanuts by hitting a little bit low. But in the end, though, it was dirt nap time when it hit the ground. The 9mm Leshiy 2, in my humble opinion, is the most accurate caliber, at least for me. The others have been great, don't get me wrong. But for some reason, this 9mm is just off the charts. You see me take it long, you see me take it short, you see me blasting torsos, it doesn't matter. But when you hit a chipper just right, oof, like that, with a 77 grain Hades pellet, this is what you can expect. I'm going to gray this out a bit for YouTube, but I want to show you up close the amount of damage that this pellet is actually doing. Oof. I mean, it's just empty. Another thing you should take away from this video is the need for a very solid backstop, with any caliber airgun for that matter. But this is why I bait them. I'm bringing them to a safe spot in the yard and then sending it like this. Watch the pass-through on this thing. That just smashed the wood behind it. Yeah, these things are no joke. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. This 9mm though, for me, man, this thing is something else. Overkill? Heck yeah. But even that turd, the vegan teacher, cannot complain about this thing not being humane. If you enjoyed that clip, you should click this video to watch the full story.